Yo, what's up, everyone? Back for this Sunday slate. Final Sunday before we have NFL every Sunday for many months. I already posted my Week 1 Draftkings Picks a couple days ago. We'll have a video out for the showdowns on Thursday. And then we'll have a FanDuel video out. And then we'll have probably some other football videos out this week. So super excited about that. If you still want to join for NFL, you can visit the website, links in description. And even though football's starting, we're still going to have baseball videos out pretty much every day except for like Sundays and maybe Saturdays. But let's get right into it. Today we have a lot of top-end pitching. We have a lot of value pitching. Then we have a lot of teams that there's not a ton of appealing teams to stack. There's kind of like a few that look really good. So I'm not really interested in paying up at pitcher today just because I really want to get cores in. When you have two really bad pitchers in cores, especially when there's not a ton of other pivots you can make, I really just want to get as many cores bats as I want. Brault's been terrible against righties. The Rockies have two really good hitters against righties, and Nolan Arenado and Trevor Story. And then the Pirates have been scoring a bunch of runs here, and they get to face Jeff Hoffman, who has a ERA almost at 8 through his 40 innings, giving up 12 bombs during that stretch. And the Rockies' bullpen has also been one of the worst in baseball over the past couple months. So really just want to stack those two teams. And then even though at the top we have three top-end pitchers, I think, Verlander is obviously the best option. But I'm going down here. My first pitcher is going to be Tyler Mahle here at 6,200. Mahle's getting recalled. He pitched pretty good in AAA, and he's only 6,200. During the regular season, he struggled. Before he got sent down, he struggled in most of the games, but he was still having some solid performances. I think in a matchup like this, he can have a solid performance against a righty-heavy team. It's also a nice ballpark upgrade going into St. Louis. If you look at his stats this year, he's held righties to a 364 slugging percentage. He's always struggled against lefties, but he's held righties to a 2.90 xFIP, and he's striking out righties at a 28.1% clip. You're going to get a lot of righties in this lineup for the Cardinals, probably 6, maybe 7 righties. And for his entire career, Mahle's been really good against righties and really bad against lefties, as you see. 369 slugging given up to righties. Career xFIP is just 3.38, and strikeouts are a lot higher against righties. So I'll take a chance on him at 6,200. He does have 20-point upside, and if he does have a 20-point game, 20 to 25-point game, it won't really matter if Verlander or Corbin put up like 30 DraftKings points, 30 to 35, because we're getting the value in Tyler Mahle while spending up at bats. And the second pitcher is going to be Aaron Brooks for me. He's pitched well the last couple starts. Maybe he's trying to figure some things out. I mean, pitching well in Washington is a good sign. He's only given up 1 run in his last 2 outings. He's only 4,700 facing the Royals. It's a huge ballpark upgrade going into KC. This Royals team, like I said, like I've been saying all season, they only have a couple good hitters on the team. You have Hunter Dozier, Whit Merrifield, and Jorge Soler. Whit's much better against lefties. Soler is definitely somebody to worry about, and Dozier is definitely somebody to worry about. But the rest of the lineup, there's nobody that's really scary. Alex Gordon has really cooled off after he got off to a hot start. So I think Brooks, 4,700, he has flashed some upside as of late. And ever since he's been pitching as a starter, 90 plus pitches, he hasn't got blown up a ton. He got blown up once in Texas, and once against the Diamondbacks. But other than that, he's been okay in like 3 out of his 6 starts. So all you need out of him is double digits, and he does have a little bit of upside in a matchup with the Royals. So going down at pitching, I'm going to really just stack up cores and get some Twins bats in there, because besides the Cores and Twins, there's not a team that I really love. Maybe the Rangers against a lefty here, but I never really like picking on the Rangers against lefties, even though you can definitely make an exception with Kikuchi. But besides that, maybe you can look at some of the Orioles bats, even though might be the first time I've said that, but they've looked good as of late, facing a lefty here. There's not a lot of teams that you want to stack, so Cores is by far the best option. Starting with Josh Bell. Bell's been crushing it as of late. A lot of power. He's really flashed a bunch of power. Up to 35 bombs on the season. He's hit well in cores. And he's facing Jeff Hoffman, who gives up He gives up a high average, he gives up power. He's decent with the strikeouts, but he's going to give up runs with his ERA that high. I mean, be shocked if he pitches a clean game here. Against righties, he's given up a 733 slugging and a 337 average. He's been bad against righties too with an xFIP, so maybe Josh Bell will bat from the right side of the plate. I doubt it, but maybe he should consider that given the way Hoffman's numbers have been to righties this year. And career-wise, he's always struggled a little bit more against righties, but the numbers are not too different, so not too worried about it. You should get rocked here. The Pirates have been, even though they're not a good team, they have some good hitters, especially in a park like this. And Josh Bell has been their best power hitter. He can definitely double dong. On the season, he's batting .301 against right-handed pitching, so that's a good sign. 28 of his 35 home runs, and so far in August, he has 8 home runs, and he's batting .250, which is not good, but it's better than what he was in his last month. And against righties, he has a high walk rate, has a 340 ISO, so a ton of power for Josh Bell. Absolutely love him here. At first base. At third base, going to go Nolan Arenado. You got a lot of good third baseman options. Always at the top with Rendon, Bregman, and Arenado really stick out from the rest. Of the three, you got to agree that Arenado has the best matchup and is in the best spot facing a bad lefty. Arenado has always crushed lefties. No different this year. At home, he's always hit the ball well. Brault's always struggled against righties. Just a good sign, good spot for Arenado. On the season, Arenado is batting .321 against lefties with 10 bombs and just 138 at-bats. He's batting .346 at home in Coors. He has a .285 ISO, slugging percentage over .600, really mashing the ball with a 44% fly ball rate. The hard hit rate's a little lower than you would expect, but nothing to worry about. And then if you look at Steven Brault, he's also been... He's fine against lefties and lefty-heavy teams, but I think the Rockies are going to throw some righties at him, especially Arenado and Story. Brault on the year has given up a .427 slugging and a .275 average to righties. He has struggled on the road with a .295 average given up. He has a .544 xFIP, and he's striking out righties 10% lower than he is lefty. So you got to love Arenado. And then you got to love Trevor Story as well. Story, he's having a fine season, 29 home runs, batting just under .300. He's been good against lefties over his past couple seasons. Last year, he really took off against lefties. This year, I think his numbers aren't as pronounced, but he's still batting .331 with 6 home runs. The power has definitely gone down a little bit, but he still hits for high average. He can steal bases. He does strike out a lot, but Brault doesn't strike out righties at a high clip. So I do like him a lot here. 51.5% hard hit rate against lefties is a good sign. And in Coors, he is batting .336 with... That's crazy. He has 20 of his 29 home runs at home in Coors. So definitely has a ton of power at home. That would give him a really high ISO at home if I can find it. Right here, he has a .336 ISO in Coors, so gotta like that a lot for Trevor Story. And then last but not least, I do like the Twins a little bit. I gotta like the price tag on Eddie Rosario. If you look at the Twins, Turnbull's been really bad against lefties. Well, he struggled a lot more against lefties. Now we got Eddie Rosario at $4,500. It's a nice price tag on Rosario. He has power. He hits for high average. He has almost 100 RBIs on the season. He's having a really good season. Spencer Turnbull has been not very good against lefties. On the year, he has given up a .466 slugging percentage and a .291 average against lefties with a .539 xFIP. And he's given up a 45% hard hit rate to lefties. And Rosario can mash righties. And at only 27 years old, he's having his career year, so definitely right in his peak of his prime. Against righties, batting .285 with 22 home runs, so obviously has a lot of power. Lefty on righty, 237 ISO. Doesn't strike out much, 13.6%. And he has a very high fly ball rate, 45.9%. So it's a great park upgrade going into Detroit. The Twins, there have been a lot of runs scored the first 2 games. As yesterday, the teams combined for 17 runs. The day before, they combined for 18 runs. Hopefully today they can combine for 20 runs, and all 20 can come from the Twins. So love the Twin stack. 4,500 for Rosario is a nice price tag. So yeah, that's what I like for the slate, focusing on a couple teams. Twins, Pirates, and the Rockies. I'm going to try to get all my offense from those games, and then maybe you can stack up a couple pieces from the Rangers. But if you just look at it, I think 3 teams are really sticking out above the rest, and maybe you can stack up the Yankees against Manea, but they're not very cheap. So that's what I like. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. You can like the video if you enjoyed, and good luck today.